Trying to catch
Well, welcome to our very first vlog. This is exciting. And parents, caregivers, today we want to give you something, a secret that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to impacting our families and our homes and the places where we're working with kids. I know for me, when I first started struggling with our son, I just wanted someone to diagnose him, medicate him, put him in. I asked if there was like a military camp I could send him to. Like, could you send him away and then bring him back to me so he's all well behaved? And it's funny because I realize now what a mistake that was. The most change we've experienced in our house has not been from my son. It's actually been from me having to look inside and seeing some of the patterns that I brought to our family that was in some ways, not intentionally, but in some ways creating more of the problem. And I feel like a lot of the change that's happened in our home, the positive change, has come from me changing. And I'm going to tell you, it's taken a lot of courage and looking at shame in the face and saying, you know what, I'm not going to listen to you, and I'm going to be brave and look inside and change what I need to change in order to be the best parent I can. One thing I know about parents, including myself, is that most parents don't wake up in the morning wanting to wreck their kids' lives.
Absolutely.
But we end up in these places where, you know, it's like, wow, was that just me? You just finish screaming at your child and you're like, that's not me, that's not who I am. But we find ourselves there. So we want to invite you to be courageous with us in this journey. And Shelby, you've got amazing things that you've shared with me that have helped me out a lot.
Yeah, and that's really the secret that you were talking about, is why parents need self-understanding. Is so often we do exactly what you said. We look at the kid and we say, throw these resources at them, treatment, medication, behavioral adjustments, or even when kids are doing well, all of our focus as parents or teachers is still on the child. And we really don't stop and think, well, what's happening in here, right? And the amazing thing is that kids have this incredible ability to really just hold up a mirror for us. And they kind of say, hey, these are all the things that you haven't dealt with, and this is how I'm going to bring them up for you.
And aren't they?
In this parenting journey. So all those experiences, that you had as a child that were hard or that were difficult, unresolved things, maybe with your parents, traumas, like big things and little things, they are going to come out in those relationships with your children, because there is nobody else in this world that you care more about, right? So nobody else is going to have that ability to trigger you and to impact you. And I don't say that to scare you. It's a gift.
It is a gift.
Right?
It
And
is.
if we could look at parenting or teaching or whatever it is that you do with children, not as something you do for them, but something you do for yourself, is that this is a transformation. That's what this journey is about. And really, the example that you gave, it sounds like you leaned into that. You leaned into that discomfort and that shame and those answering some of those really difficult questions. And that's what made all the difference. And so that is the secret. And next week, we're going to take a little bit more of a deeper look at just how experiences that we had in childhood even can influence the way that we interact with children in the present day. Maybe in ways that we don't intend to. Because it's exactly as you said, no parent, teacher, caregiver wants to hurt their child.
It's so true.
But something that really sticks out for me is this idea that hurting people hurt people. So if we're still hurting, if we still have some of these unresolved experiences and issues, we're going to bring that hurt to others, whether we want to or not. So it is really about holding up that mirror and having the courage to look into it and saying, okay, these are the things I need to start looking at before I can start looking at my child, or before I can start dealing with these other things. So stay tuned. Next month, we've got lots more exciting stuff for you. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, check out our website. Thanks for joining us today.